Juan Diego says, Mehran, hello Mehran, thank you for sharing with us your thoughts and wisdom. My pleasure. I would just like to know, from where did your wisdom regarding these topics come from? It is just from your experiences, or you read it from books, or from somewhere else? Well, to be honest with you, I did not read it in any books. I've never read any books of these sort of things from any other traditionally old, ancient philosophers or whatnot. But I have enhanced my understanding and knowledge about psyche, and then of course I use that knowledge in helping myself to understand and analyze things better in my life. I've always had this interest of understanding how mind works and how it affects the body and emotions and so on. Of course, I trained in Aikido in university when I was studying, and that teaches a lot about mind and body coordination, relationship between mind and the body, and relationship between our energy and energy of the universe, energy of the nature. And we learn these techniques for meditation and for self-defense techniques and so on, but mostly to understand how we are put together, how our mind functions and its relationship with our body, the two of them. But then later on in my life, I was fortunate to stumble on, as I was, helping people around the world, somebody sent me a link. To me, that link was very important, because when I opened that link, it was teachings and discussions of this wonderful teacher from 100 years ago. He was teaching this stuff in 1920s, before any other coaches and teachers who are very famous today came on board and started sounding like they have come up with all these understanding of how the psyche works. But I, in my books, have praised this teacher that I learned from, Mr. Jiddu Krishnamurti. This link opened a pathway for me for what I was longing for and looking for, which was missing in my studies, about how thoughts and consciousness, fears, desire, and ego work together. And this link opened me to the discussions that Mr. Jiddu Krishnamurti had with all these psychologists, famous psychologists around the world, who would travel long ways to sit with him and ask their questions from him. Psychologists and quantum physics, quantum mechanics professors, quantum physics professors, and these professors all around the world would come and gather around him and ask him questions. And he himself had never read anyone's books before him. He had figured it all out by himself through his own psyche. And I have learned to do the same, as he clearly made it clear to me and to everyone else that this is the way to be able to know about how your psyche works and is put together, by you getting in there, understanding its fragments of the whole psyche of yours. How thought has been born. What is the relationship between thought and consciousness? How fear is born. What is ego? What is desire? How does it form? And when you understand all these things and learn the dynamics of it, how they work together, they affect each other, the role of them in your daily life, then you know how you're put together, how you function, act and react, how your emotions working. And when you understand all this whole ingredient, how they're bound together and how they affect each other, then you can use this knowledge to see why you feel the way you do, how you should feel, why you shouldn't feel, why you should this way, why you should not feel that way, and what it is that makes you feel, act and react in this or other way. That knowledge makes it clear and easy for you to question yourself, rather than thinking just because a thought showed up and it's in my head, therefore it must have credibility. Thoughts are stupid. They're thoughts. And when you look at one of the videos that I have titled "The Quality of Her Life: Watcher and the Watched, Controller and the Controlled," that's the title of one of the videos. It's an interesting one that I have put together, and it helps you to see the relationship between your consciousness and thoughts and go from there. So I did not read any of the books of Mr. Jiddu Krishnamurti. However, I watched over thousands of hours, maybe, I'm not exaggerating if I say 1,000 hours, if not more, of his lectures to people, lectures and sharing information, answering questions of these psychologists, quantum mechanics professors, quantum physics professors, and these discussions which were on and on with university professors and so on, anybody who was somebody wanted to learn from him. And through all discussions, which were 1,000 hours, if not more, I gained an understanding. Not understanding what he was saying just, but understanding what he was teaching, which was how our psyche is put together, how it works and functions and acts and reacts, what its role is, the ingredients, the fragments of our psyche's role are in how we negotiate and deal with life, how we see, perceive things, how this works. And from there, then I was able to use it to help myself and help the others. And the whole journey started when my son broke up with his girlfriend. We were on a vacation, and these thoughts we discussed and so on, and it was very helpful to him. So I decided to make more videos, and then after that, by helping many people, that particular link was sent to me as a thank you for someone that I helped, and that link was a new opening for me being able to learn more about myself, and then in turn to be able to help others. So that's a short story of the long answer. I hope that is something to help you out.